I said, my name is Andy Boswell. Been with doTERRA a very short period of time, but we've been in this industry now for 22 years. So we've picked up something along the way, I guess. And certainly one of the things that we have been, finding out the right ways and the wrong ways to do it, I guess. But let me actually tell you why doTERRA, why we're actually getting involved with this particular business. First of all, the growth has gone from 0 to £2 billion per annum in just 9 short years, which is an absolutely amazing growth rate when you actually think how, in that period of time, $2 billion, I should say, per annum. It's already the largest network marketing company in the United States of America, beating all the companies that you would know like Amway, Forever Living Products, Avon. I'm sure you've heard most of them. Avon have been going for donkey's years, and in 9 short years are already beating those. Now, growth is just starting in the UK and Europe. It really, the company of its size is number 10 in the world, which is huge in that period of time, because the growth is just beginning here and in other places, like I said, around the world. The products, certainly, the company is extremely ethical. And as you've already heard, if you saw the video before this, very natural products, 100% natural. And 74% of people out there are looking for a natural health solution. So this is certainly the right place and the right time. Now, the products are very powerful, but they're also safe without side effects as well. Now, the leadership team. Now, I'm sure you can actually see the leadership team here. I don't know them personally. I know of their stories. I know of what they've been doing, because the company itself have been going, like I said, for a short period of time, but they were actually with a rival company. They were with a company that, unfortunately, ethically, they didn't agree with, because some of the things were being changed, fillers were being put in the products. So they decided to leave that particular company. They all remortgaged their houses and started doTERRA. And exactly the same thing today is the same as it was back then. The company is completely debt-free. And their mission, you can see there, is really to do good. To teach people how to live a more healthy, productive life. And as you can see there, share with others with the blessings of a lifetime of wellness. And they've got that all written into their contracts. So it's not about, as we said, that doTERRA is very different to other network marketing companies as far as the way they actually do things ethically. Now, certainly CPTG, what does this stand for? Well, I'll show you in a second, but it's a very exclusive and a unique solution. And and this particular is a trademark that they've taken out themselves, because there is no industry standard within essential oils. In fact, up to 92% legally of stuff that can go in can be called a pure essential oil. Unfortunately, it can be actually fillers and things like that. So just because people call themselves or say it's pure, like certain places on the high street, it doesn't mean that it is. So, and each one of ours are independently tested for its purity. So it's 100% natural. And there are similar effects, and I would say better effects in many ways, certainly what I've seen, to synthetic drugs, but without the side effects or addictions, of course. Now, doTERRA is rightly very proud of its co-impact sourcing. They currently source from oils from over 40 countries in the world. And most of those, or many of those, could be considered to be third world countries or developing countries. They will go into places like Madagascar, and they will irrigate the land. They will often build schools. They will employ people fairly and give them a fair wage out there. So really what they do is partner with people out there. And all they ask is for exclusivity on their farming. So this is very much the case, that you cannot find other essential oils anywhere in the world apart from what doTERRA make. And 85% currently are exclusive to doTERRA. So I guess sometimes comparing something you might find on the high street to something you find with doTERRA is a little bit like I don't know, comparing an old banger worth £300 to a Mercedes-Benz or top of the range Mercedes-Benz. There really is a massive, massive difference in quality. Now, why join doTERRA now? And the most important thing is the timing. You see, doTERRA is the fastest growing essential oil company in the world. And forget even network marketing or essential oils. It's one of the fastest growing companies anywhere, anyway. 300% annual growth at the moment. And as it says, essential oils are going mainstream. It really is about time to explode. Now, if you look at this growth curve that we have here in this little diagram, in the early years, you can see it referred to as the Valley of Death. And what that is the first maybe 2, 3, 4 years is the danger period for any new company. And you can see at the top the maturity plateau. After a company's been going for some time, it hits that plateau and can level out, sometimes go down as well, and I've experienced that. But where doTERRA is right now is exactly where it's circled there, right on the cusp of the growth period. And this is why it's such an important thing to get involved now, because the people that are getting involved now, because how many people have actually heard of doTERRA in the country? I know that I hadn't heard of doTERRA before 6 months ago, and I know most people hadn't. We're just in the situation now that in 5-10 years' time, it'll be a household name. And people can get in at the start now, and the people that do that will be the people, of course, that will potentially, as long as they take advantage of the plan, earn the most money. Now, why do doTERRA use network marketing? And they're not actually a big lover of the network marketing industry, because they don't want to be associated with the people who say it's big cars and big money. They're really not like that. People here do earn very good money, but they don't, it's not the type of company that brag about that. And they use network marketing though, because they appreciate how powerful it is. And the first reason is for education, because traditional marketing would miss the type of things that we normally do. You couldn't put the sort of stuff that we do on the normal shelves of a supermarket and expect it to sell well, because we need people to be using it and sampling it and giving it out and really marketing it conversationally as well. But by seeing the results, that's what makes the thing work. There's no traditional sales force. doTERRA don't have a paid sales force, which means they can grow without fixed costs. All consultants are paid on commission, but that means they can earn much, much more income than if they were with a traditional job. The third reason is the money is given back to the users of the oils. doTERRA has one of the most generous compensation plans, coupled with the strongest auto ship retention model in the industry, which we'll talk about a little bit more detail in a few seconds. Now, first of all, Emily and Tim Mascarenhas. What do we know about them? Well, here's their particular story. They joined in 2015, so they've only been in a couple of years. And Emily was a musical theatre performer, and Tim is an actor. Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to show you a very short video now, just so you can get an idea about what they're doing. And obviously, we'll come back here very, very soon.
My name's Emily Mascarenhas and this is Tim Mascarenhas. We live in southwest London with our 3 boys. We've got Frankie, Mickey and Ziggy. So I'm seriously outnumbered. It's just me and the dog that are the ladies of the family. I've been with doTERRA since October 2015. I discovered the oils about 6 months prior to that.
So our background is we're both performers, we both work in theatre. I'm currently in the West End show at the moment, Phantom of the Opera.
That's how we met.
That's how we met.
Wizard of Oz.
But as you know, anyone that works in the performance business knows that it's very unreliable. As we've grown and now had 3 children, there's always been at the back of our minds, you know, where's that stability going to come from? So about 6 years ago, we started a little music business for babies and toddlers, and the idea was that we would spend more time with our children growing up.
I had always been very interested in health and wellness, but I'd used essential oils and not really understood their full power. I heard about doTERRA and I was very excited about the things that I'd heard about them, the ways you could use them and what they did to help people. When I went to a health show in London and I saw the doTERRA stall, I was really, really excited, and I bought some oils, and as soon as I took the lid off the bottles, they just spoke to me. And I was blown away by how different they smelt in comparison to the other essential oils that I'd used in the past. It was like they were alive and they were vibrant, and I was very excited about that. And then I started using them. And then I was even more blown away. So like, I started using them on myself, my family, my children. These are, you know, the most important parts of my life, my family. I wanted to look after them in a safe and natural way that I really believed in, not to have to use chemicals. And then the responses that we saw them having from the oils, and how much I found that they helped us on a day-to-day basis, was so exciting. And back at that time, I didn't really have any time for anything else in my life, but I just couldn't help how drawn I was to the oils.
So I think the way doTERRA's changed our lives massively is the security, the financial security. It was a no-brainer to us that this was where the direction financially was going to be more rewarding.
It took me 15 months to get to Diamond, which was quite quick, and I still can't really believe how that happened, because I was so busy with other things going on, but I was just very committed to sharing the oils and committed to helping people.
The more we looked into doTERRA as an organisation, the more we trusted in the company, the more we saw the good they're doing all around the world. We just felt like this was a really special company to work for.
How wonderful to have found something that just helps so many people on so many levels.
I put our success in doTERRA mainly down to Emily, because it's her character and what she gives out, and her warmth and her generosity, and the fact that people believe in her and trust in her, that is the reason why so many people have come on board with us.
And so my message to anybody is, if I can do this, you can do this. So don't be afraid, don't doubt it, jump in and give it a try and go for it, because you won't be disappointed.
Years, as you can see. But what about other people? What are they doing with the business? Well, Nathan and Rebecca Bowles are actually their sponsors, and coincidentally they're our sponsors too. And they're extremely good sponsors and very nice people if they're watching. They joined only 1 year earlier in 2014. So this is only 3 years ago. No previous experience of this type of work, network marketing or oils or anything like that whatsoever. And it was more Rebecca, to be fair, that got involved, and she was just really, by her own admission, sort of, you know, muddling her way through. But they got to around about £700 a month additional income at the end of the first year. And I say they, it was more just Rebecca at this stage, until Nathan came on board and he couldn't believe what he'd actually seen. And at the end of the first year, or at the end of their first year together, sorry, not their first year, end of their second year, they were earning £6,000 per month. So that's one hell of a jump from £700 per month to £6,000 in 12 months. And they were earning over £20,000 per month at the end of the third year. And that has just literally occurred in the last few weeks. And that's an amazing growth rate, I'm sure you can agree. Now, there are 5 ways to earn from doTERRA. Firstly, there's monthly retail profit. That's 25% of the sales that you can get. So let's just say you get supplied with your own personalized website from doTERRA, and you get 25% of anything that anybody buys on this. You can just send somebody a link, they buy, you get paid. The second way, I'm not going to go into this into massive detail, I'm just going to give you an overview, because if you're interested, there are other videos that go more into the depth of this. The second way is weekly fast start bonus. And as it said, it gets paid weekly. Most commissioners don't get paid weekly. And that is, if the way it actually works is we prefer people not to pay the retail price. We prefer them to pay wholesale price. And if they come on and they start with an enrolment, which costs around £20 plus VAT, it's like a Costco card. Means they can buy everything for 25% off the normal price. But of course, you still get paid on that. You get paid a commission of 20% of everything that they purchase. But if they also decide to expand their business, maybe they introduce other people who want to build it, or they introduce other customers, you will get 10% of anybody they introduce, as well as what the people that you introduce get. And if it goes down a third level, you'll also get 5% on the sales of anybody that those people introduce. So that can be a great way to give yourself an immediate financial kick. And we've had several people earning hundreds of pounds per week just for that, starting in the last month. The monthly Power of 3 bonus is really, without going too much into detail here, it just shows you a way to structure your team correctly. And if you structure it correctly, they'll give you, in dollars I'm talking here, but it converts back into sterling if you're watching in the UK, anything between £50 to £1,500 additional to the fast start bonus each month. Now, the monthly uni-level commission structure is where the big money is on the longer term. And that is the traditional network marketing structure. But the way that doTERRA use this is that most companies give you the most money or the biggest commission on the fewest amount of people. doTERRA give you the biggest amount of commission on the largest amount of people within your network. It's a very unique structure, but it pays much, much more than similar looking plans. And the final thing, which is quite unique, is you get leadership bonus pools. And this is based on the success of the company each month. And this can be many, many thousands of pounds extra per month that you can take a share or several shares of what the company does in turnover. They pay back to the network in additional bonuses depending on the growth. And as you can imagine, with the growth at the moment, that is quite a significant amount. So what is residual income? And residual income is normally put aside for people that like authors, people like J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter. She maybe writes a book once, but she gets paid every time somebody buys that book, or maybe every time somebody goes and watches a film. So you do the work once, but you get paid time and time again. And that type of income is available to people in doTERRA and in other network marketing organizations, to be fair, as well. But there's a major difference with us compared to some of them. See, the average industry retention rate is 13%. And what does this mean? Well, if somebody buys a product kit, maybe from another health and wellness company, only 13% of people on average return to that company to ever make a purchase again. So all you're having to do is to simply find new people, which is fine, but surely it makes much better sense to get people coming back to you time and time again. And with doTERRA's unique auto ship program, that happens because 65% of doTERRA's customers order once every single quarter. That's gigantic compared to the rest of the industry, as compared to 13%. Now, 80% of doTERRA's customers order at least once per year. And because of this regular amount of people coming back, it makes so much more sense to do it this way, because it builds for a steady income for the future. And as it's already said here, and as we've touched on, doTERRA is a debt-free company with no outside funding, which means it's going to be around for years to come. Here are some average incomes by rank. And you build this at your own pace, of course. You can see down the left-hand side from executive, elite, premier, silver. And we've gone silver in our first month. And it says there on average, the timeline is that happens in 14 months. And these are only approximate incomes, if you like, but it's the industry average, or the average for people that hit that particular rank, and this is what they're earning. So you can see down towards the bottom, there's some very, very large earnings. And it's important to say at this point, of course, with our statutory wealth warning, it is illegal for a promoter or participant in a trading scheme to persuade anyone to make a payment by promising benefits by getting others to join the scheme. Do not be misled by claims that high earnings are easily achieved. And of course, you don't get paid anything for getting other people to join the company. You get paid when sales occur. And do not be misled about high earnings. Of course, you have to put some time and some effort in and some work in. But are they there? Are they achievable? Absolutely. But nothing is going to be easy in life. You've got to put some effort into it as well, of course. So what support can you expect? Well, you've certainly got online support. You've got your sponsor, the person that would have introduced you to the business. That's your immediate support. You also got their sponsors as well. There are monthly meetings across the UK, and also there are team webinars. So support showing you how. We've got video support, webinar support, website support. And the great thing about webinars, of course, is you don't even have to leave your home to get quality training. So getting started with doTERRA, what are the most popular kits? And there are several different types of kits, but these are currently proven to be the most popular in the UK. First of all, everybody starts with an enrolment, which we spoke about earlier, which is £20 plus VAT, which includes a welcome pack. And the reason we're not doing it VAT inclusive on this is because we understand there could be people that are watching from different areas where VAT isn't obviously there. So VAT in the UK, of course, needs to be included. The first kit is the Family Essentials kit, and that's £92 plus VAT. But because you buy all these oils together, there is a saving from you buying them separately. So buying them in a kit form is the best way. And you really need to have some oils, even though you can get going from just £20, you do need to have some oils so people can try them and you can sample them. You can give them out to people in like smaller little vials so they can actually see the benefit of it working. Now, the great way of doing that, if you join with the Family Essentials kit or either of these kits I'm going to mention, you get the £20 enrolment included in the cost. So that's even more money that you're saving by doing it that way. And probably definitely the most popular kit that we've started people with, almost everybody seems to have started with this one, is the Home Essentials kit, which is more expensive, as you can see, £185 plus VAT. However, you get 3 times the amount of oil that you do in the Family Essentials kit. And not only that, you get the popular petal diffuser actually thrown in as well, which is worth £41. So that's a savings of £70. And again, the £20 plus VAT enrolment is included in that as well. So I think that's amazing value to start your business. As it says here, your own profitable business. Where else can you start a business that has the potential that you've just seen to give those type of incomes? And there's going to be lots more over the coming years of adding to those stories in the UK, certainly, for less than the price of a TV license. So finally on this, just simply what you need to do, you may have come here maybe through a Facebook link. Maybe you came here through an email link. Perhaps somebody just told you it would be a good idea to come here. Make sure you contact the person who sent you here today. Okay, speak to them. They'll be able to answer any questions, or even if they don't know those answers immediately, they'll be able to find out. We guarantee you that. So you can find out more on how doTERRA can really help you change your future. Thank you very much for joining us, everyone. Sorry about some of the technical issues that we had at the start, but like I said, thank you very much and good night.